all people from all nations and to all citizens, brothers and sisters in Christ. I don't know how many have visited Facebook. Well, it seems like what Alex Jones of InfoWars had tried to warn us about is now going to come to pass. I hope that everybody had been listening to what he had to say, because the SCN, as this one lady had mentioned, network will be a police state. That means no constitutional rights will be in your favor. However, I've remained silent too long, and I believe now that there's time for a solution, because if somebody don't stand up for our country, the first solution I offer you, although many of you may scoff and laugh about it, is something that I believe can come to pass. Just as John F. Kennedy once said, man can land on the moon. The United Earth Federation Treaty. Cop-out one made by the United Nations called the United Federation of Earth. It's supposed to be called. It's supposed to be called the United Earth Federation Treaty. Treaty between the nations of the world on preservation of life, freedom of inhuman treatment, and peace for the future of all humanity. The world leaders of all known nations around the world, hereinafter referred to as the parties, believing that global challenges and threats require new plans and solutions. The loss of life, but the pursuit of happiness in each and every respected nation abroad. Working together in cooperation of the core continuance of each great nation around the world against each other for petty differences that are either based on wealth, power, the source of riches, and goods each nation has to provide. With a mutual belief once and for all, land belongs to he who created the heavens and the earth, since the time and man first walked the earth. Committed to the commitment of true justice for all humanity, and not just for those in certain countries from around the world, as so stipulated in the original documents of the Magna Carta. A meeting of the minds whereby no one country should have to worry about what another country has or has not. To do away with the deception and secret societies for the purpose of a better tomorrow for future generations to come. And to focus on the mutual beliefs, though we are many nations of many races, we are but one race, the human race of planet Earth. For with that having been mutually agreed upon, and furthermore agreeing that this, for the most part, is the only planet we can call home till such time exploration is reinstated as the new final frontier of man's greatest dreams, and based on the past historical achievement made by heroes of the nations that came and went before us, the way is now paved for us as a single race to grasp that future without hesitation. The first famous motto, "Dare to succeed," once used by a former state FFA, which is Future Farmers of America president, Kathleen Reed, of the 1987 State FFA Convention of Oregon State, USA. Though the exact words are not found, the new words to fit this motto still stands. Stagnating or being held back from our achievements by others' greed, hunger for power, or other sinister plots for an evil new world order needs to be put away for all time. Our time. And by the Almighty, who is known by mutual agreement to having many names, such as Allah or God the Father, in that respective nation's beliefs, the true Alpha Omega and creator of heaven and earth, and as other nations may know the Almighty by, in their respective traditions and customs, can agree as a recognized single race that we have the same Almighty whom we give praise to, customs for which we have accustomed to, known traditions. One day, though it has been kept from the general public of the world, 3 great nations will have their eyes opened, for evil truly is. One of the great countries, though smaller of the 3, has already been attacked in the past because of evil knows its time is short, and it fears the uniting of these nations with the patriots of the United States of America. Should we, as the recognized single race, wait for the time to come when innocent men, women, and children, Christian, saints, and Jews, and not limited to the nature worshippers known as Wiccans, be slaughtered by the thousands or even the millions? No. The hunger for power and greed is now, or humanity will cease to exist like that of the dinosaurs that roamed this planet millions of years before us. This is the time where a great author, Gene Roddenberry, had the dream when he made a fictional Hollywood show called Star Trek. Some may have heard of him, others may not, nor ever heard of him. But his ideals was a view into the future of all mankind. That one day, if we work together, Star Trek future. Even Marshall Masters, doing his production, said that we will one day look at the things of the mistakes we've done in the past and say, we will have a Star Trek future. But to make that happen and to secure the future for our children, grandchildren, and their children's children, the future generations of the human race, and will not move forward if we don't step back and look around and ask ourselves, what are we doing? What am I achieving? How does this benefit all of humanity? Realize and accept the blame is not on just one country or nation alone. We all are to blame. We all have not thought about the future or what the consequences would be if we wasted time battling each other over the spoils of war, like fuels, gas, oil, other sources such as gold, silver, or copper, etc. For what purpose does this serve? You won't find anyone running on the battlefield with a briefcase, suit and tie, now will you? My life definitely has issues and no clue. All good humor set aside, and the point being is, should we do what we're told because a man or woman in a suit and tie tells us to do it? Or should we do what we're told because we know it's the right thing to do at no cost to human life? This is the task we all have to solve and do. By working together and putting differences aside, and if possible, put away indefinitely, even if it means starting over with a clean slate. This is how you succeed. Another thing to think about is, what do you leaders of the world still believe in? Yourself, the people who live in your country, who support you, and that perhaps, using the old Russian term, since the end of World War II and the Cold War, propaganda is still lurking about and not giving the truth, and nothing but the truth, so help us God, or Allah. Well, this is the philosophy of the true patriots, the ones who believe in the truth, not the New World Order. This is the belief of all humanity for generations to come. I still believe in the laws of God, or by any other name respected and in accordance to all nations who know him best, and his word is the law of the land. I still believe in the Magna Carta, that all nations can benefit and reap the rewards by the acts of working together as a single race on this planet. Though we are of many races from many countries, I still believe in my fellow man in each country, and though he may have riches of oil, gold, or diamonds, I will gladly shake his hand and compliment him on his achievements, not go after him with guns blazing for it. I still believe that all nations can and will come together one day and defeat the evils that want a new world order. Slaughter of the innocents, because such societies think it's the answer to lowering Earth's overcrowded population from 8.5 plus billion people to a controllable 500 million by means of world enslavement for all time, as we have already known that it's imprinted on the Georgia capstones. Support such evil, and neither will the three great nations of China, Russia, and Iran, because as prophesied, they will see evil where it's truly at. And they won't do as propaganda states and slaughter the remaining few with the evil ones of many. Realize that the few aren't just fighting for their civil liberties in their country, but when you think about it, evil back, so it don't spill over into their countries. And it's like fighting for all nations' countries, though they are in their own country still of the United States of America. And I can guarantee that when the declaration of new Christian order, evil new world order of independence comes to pass, when we, the people of not only USA, around the world of planet Earth are successful, and we will be, those who sign this treaty will have secured humanity for many to come. Why? Because I still believe. Now, the new Christian order isn't a statement to fear that you will all be converted to Christendom, not by any means. It's just a symbolic title that guarantees your right you do now without malice, invasion, forethought, or world dictatorship, that you can only read, speak, or worship a one world satanic Luciferian religion after taking the mark of the beast, which is forbidden by God or Allah, as being evil, and any who takes the mark known as RFID chip is condemned for all time in the lake of fire. But as stated before, I still believe that humanity will survive and will come together, and we, the world of nations, will rid the preemptive, premeditated plots against all people of all nations from a second Holocaust. Never the like has been seen since the first by Adolf Hitler back in World War II. So welcome this treaty to the world to be signed after adding to a treaty, which brings us to that much closer to forming a new alliance of nations, to which the United Federation of Planets will be born. Declaration of Independence, Bill of Human Rights for all humanity, and its own constitution with all nations' contribution of law that will unite us in peace once and for all. Then, as a single race on this planet, take the rewards and move our future for our species forward to the final frontier. Article 1. All nations shall come to the aid of each other if a political system should be proven so corrupt that after many trials of using the legal system within their own country fails and falls on deaf ears, shall aid the people of that nation to purge the evil out of that country and be tried at the Geneva Convention, secret societies, and anyone in act of cowardice support such evil plots to the people of the world of all nations. Article 2. The Magna Carta shall be reinstated as a stepping stone to forming a new organization and the benefits to all nations without wars, greed, or the lust of power, and shall come together following the almighty laws of the land, who is known by many names, by many nations, by many people of those nations, for the true guidance of peace that we have so long and never gave the time to learn from those laws. Article 3. That this treaty I reference to the New Christian Order Declaration of Independence as not a means to forming a one-world religion, but to preserve the civil rights and freedoms of all nations. Customs that is so practiced today without forced New World one religion lies. Article 4. That this treaty is to be an open treaty, whereas each nation from around the world can list a law as a contribution for all to respect and agree with from their country. Together will form the first charter of the United Federation of Planets, and that retains the United Nations as a peace settlement agency. The UN is never dismantled, yet the UFP shall hold the higher authority. And the laws thereof, once formed, are strictly enforced now and for all time. Article 5. Wherefore, this can be now added by each country, an article from their own country's laws, to start forming the first charter of the United Federation of Planets. And those laws below this article, with a new article number of your own, and pass it on. This treaty can be revised or amended as deemed necessary. If this article fills in from each nation has been entered above, and a copy of this can be made available upon request at Lechner Ted, that's LECHNERTED at gmail.com. Below Article 5, then this treaty has come to a mutual understanding and agreement. Whether it be the USA or China, Russia or Iran, aid will be rendered in accordance to this treaty. So, therefore, this treaty is in response to a young lady who had tried to get, also get people on Facebook to realize this SCN threat is going to happen. Alex Jones tried to warn people. State. I think now is the time that we need to take a stand for America. Because if nobody defends the United States, friend, nobody will. And if we don't stop evil here, then once evil succumbs us, the three great nations, although some decide who will be invaded first, will be next. We need to be united and stand together, defeat the New World Order, and support the United Federation of the United States of America.